In this example, using a suitable graphing software or otherwise, find the range of the given functions. So you're required to find the values of y that corresponds to the domain. So the graphing software I'm using here is Desmos. So I've generated the graphs for more clarity. So in part A, as you can see, is actually a linear function, and the domain is given as x is between 0 and 2, excluding 0 and 2 itself. So similar to example 3, you use the substitution method to find the value of y when x equals to 0 and when y is equals to 2. Because the function given here is linear and it has no turning points. So when x is equals to 0, f of 0 is equals to 6. So that is your y value. So the coordinates will be 0, 6. When x equals to 2, f of 2 will be equals to 0, meaning that the value of y is 0. So now we have the coordinates of the two endpoints. So in this case, the range of f, written as capital R subscript f, is equals to 0 because that is the minimum value of y, and the maximum value of y is 6. Both are round brackets because if you look at the domain itself, it's strictly less than. The inequality sign is given as strictly less than. Okay, moving on to part B. You are given a quadratic function. Notice that the domain is not written down, so by default, x will take on all real values. And you can actually find the minimum point on the graph. Okay, notice that when x equals to 0, okay, since the minimum point lies on the vertical axis, y is equals to -4. So this is the coordinates of the minimum point. So as you can see, there is no endpoints given for the maximum value of y. So in this case, you can't really find the maximum value of y. So the range of g is given as the minimum value of y, which is -4, to positive infinity. Okay, for the last part, we have yet to learn the cubic function. So just based on the graph generated from Desmos, you can see that when x is equals to -1, h of -1 is actually -10. So you have a pair of coordinates here. And then when x equals to h of 10 is equals to hundred. I noticed that from the graph there's this minimum point, and it occurs when x is equals to 6 if you use Desmos to check. And it will give you the y value of -108. Okay, so in this case, okay, putting it on the diagram itself, you notice that the minimum value of y is not -10, okay, but it is at y equals to -108. So in this case, the range of h is given as the minimum value of y, which is -108 to 100 with a round bracket. So again, do take note of the inequality sign given in the domain when x is 10. So we'll learn more about cubic function in the later part of the curriculum.